Hey everyone, it's Riley. And if you didn't already know, my 20s are coming to a close really soon. What I want to give you is 13 lessons that I learned in my 20s. Because boy, did I change a lot in my 20s. And I love to give my wisdom to everybody else. So here we go. First one, like I said, you are going to change a lot. This is what I looked like when I was 20. As you can tell, I was identifying as a woman, and I was also identifying as straight. So a lot has changed for me. I'm not trying to say everyone's going to change exactly like that, but who you are as a person will be drastically different by the time you're 20 to when you're 30. Lesson number 2. When it comes to friends, quality of friends is better than the quantity. When I was younger, I used to think that it was really cool to have a lot of friends and to be really popular and act like you know so many people. I used to have house parties when I was in college, and I would invite all these people to come, but when it came to hanging out one-on-one with people, like if I wanted to get a coffee with someone, it was just a few people that I could truly rely on. So as I've gotten older, I've gone away from having so many connections to just having a few that I'm close with. Family always has your back. For me, I have a really great family, and through all of my ups and downs in my 20s and all of my mistakes and good things, they've always been there for me. And even more than my friends have, and they're just always going to be there. They're permanent. So spend time, get close with them. Don't waste all of your money on alcohol and bad food. It's important to treat your body well. And yeah, I used to like to party, but I think back to all the money that I spent on going out to eat at crappy places and all of the alcohol that I consumed. And I could have used that for a lot of better things. And I'm not saying don't do that. You're going to learn that when you're in your 20s. But I definitely have that knowledge now, and I don't do it as much. Number 5, travel. I cannot suggest that enough. I have traveled quite a bit in the last couple of years, and when I was younger, I was too afraid to take the step and do it. But it's been such a life-changing experience, so definitely do it when you're in your 20s. Don't wait. I met someone who said they were going to do it once they retire, but you're not going to be able to do nearly as much as you can when you're young. Number 6, don't be in a rush to grow up. Everyone thinks that you have to have everything figured out by the time you're 30, and you really don't. It's just a number, it's just another day of your life. You don't have to tick any of these boxes. I see people who got married young, had kids young, tried to get the perfect job when they were young, and a lot of them are unhappy. This doesn't go for everybody, but really take the time to get to know yourself before you jump into something big. And if you don't want to settle down right away, don't feel pressured to do it. Number 7, learn to do things by yourself. A lot of people hold back on doing things because they think they need to have someone there with them to do it. Yes, it's great to be in company, but if there's something you want to do, something you want to try, sometimes you just have to go out there and do it yourself and see how it goes. Number 8, take risks, chances. Don't be afraid to fail, because even if you are afraid to fail, you're still probably going to at some point. I moved across the country when I was 26, I think, and it went terrible, and I left and I came back home after 2 months, but I didn't let that stop me. I then, a couple years later, moved across the world, and it went fabulous. So sometimes you're gonna make mistakes, but that doesn't mean you aren't capable of doing something later on. With that being said, number 9, believe in yourself and be confident. Confidence is sexy, whether that be in relationships or what you're doing in your life. If you believe that you can do it, then you definitely can. I made a list of 30 things I wanted to do before I turned 30, and I've only accomplished half of them, but still, setting goals and actually trying to stick to them is a really great thing to do. Number 10, be yourself and don't worry so much about fitting in. Like I said before, I worried a lot about having a lot of friends and fitting in with what people wanted me to be, and over time I realized that I should just be who I am and people will like me a lot more, and if they don't, then I don't want to hang out with them anyway. Number 11, learn how to apologize and learn how to forgive people. It's one of the most important things to learn in a relationship, at work, in friendship, with your family, just in life. And I spent a lot of time in my 20s being angry about different relationships, and it was a lot easier when I let that go and just found a way to move on. And the last one, number 12, I have put that in your 20s, at least for me, I had a hard time with depression, anxiety, being insecure, all of those things, and it got better as I got older. One of the ways I found that I conquered that was by finding things that made me happy just for myself, helped build me up. And for me, one of those things is exercising. Exercising is good for you anyway because it helps you physically and with your mental health, but it also was something that I could focus on and set goals for myself. So find a good way to handle negative thoughts about yourself, and whether that's to see a therapist or find good friends, any of these tips that I've already talked about, but finding a way to handle all of that will really make your 20s a lot easier and your life in general. Those are all my tips. Thank you so much for watching. I can't believe how much I have changed and learned in my 20s. These tips were not even the beginning of it at all. There's so much more, but I don't want to extremely bore you. So that's all I have for right now. Love to hear from you if you have any comments to say, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye.